This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
So,
evening, ma'am.
last, yeah, good evening, very good evening. Last class we have discussed about few functions, okay, financial functions we have discussed. So, do you have any doubt on this, or if not, sorry, I think I've done the conditional functions, right? Some if, some ifs, these functions we have done. So, anybody has a doubt in that?
Ma'am, in
In the 11th
financial, I have a
function,
doubt.
in a financial, you have a doubt. Tell me what doubt you
Whatever I
have,
try,
ma'am.
I'm getting num as answer, ma'am.
Num as an answer. That means you are doing somewhere mistake. Somewhere you are missing a comma or zero some information. So tell me which problem you are facing this. Which questions you have that problem, you tell me, let's try that.
Eighth one, ma'am. Ninth one,
Eighth.
ma'am.
Okay, ninth one. So investment of rupees 100 will become double in 3 years. That is investment today. That means your present value is 100. It is becoming double, so that means your future value is your 200. Double means, so the period is 3 years. What is the rate offered? So you have to give equals to rate, open a bracket, number of years 3, give a comma. My PMT, there is no information, give it 0, give a comma. My present value, what it is, 100, give a comma. Then what is my future value? It is 200, again give a comma. Now end of the period, beginning of the period, I'll choose end of the period, that is 0, close the bracket, press enter. Okay, we're getting here as num.
Ma'am,
Okay,
isn't it minus 100?
yes, it is minus 100, present value, right? It is minus 100. Understood now? I just gave minus, so I got the answer. You have the solution, but still you have a
Yes,
doubt.
ma'am.
Very good. Okay, now let's go for VLOOKUP. Okay, VLOOKUP. So last class I've given you an introduction. What is VLOOKUP? What is HLOOKUP? What are the things you have to make sure? Now see here I have given a serial number. So serial number. There's also, I'll give here as the same color. I'll just click on this. Click on a format painter. Double click on this. So same color, font color, and the background color has been given. Now I'll select all these things and I'll give a all borders. Fine, done. Now see, I just have a small data. Based on the small data, we are going to work on a VLOOKUP. We are going to work on a VLOOKUP. In case you have a data where you download from the software or you have extracting a large source of data, using this large source of data you want to find what is the total sales has happened, total production has happened, which project I have, what is the project I'm using, all these details I would like to know. So in that case I'll be using this VLOOKUP. Out of a large source of data I want some particular details to be extracted. For this I'm using a VLOOKUP. Now what we will do is we will extract some information based on our small data. Based on our small data. So see, let me give some ID number. I'll give here as 100 1004 I've given. So for this, I want to know who is the salesman, what is the product, what is the city, what is the sales. This I would like to know. For that, what I will do here is I'll start with the VLOOKUP. In a sales equals to VLOOKUP. Open a bracket. What is my lookup value? My lookup value is 1004 because for this 1004 I'm looking for a value what it is salesman. Okay, I'll give a comma. Now what I have? Table array. Where is my table? So this is my table. This is my data where I have a data. So this is my table array. Give a comma. I said you that VLOOKUP means a vertical data, HLOOKUP means horizontal data. Now what I have a vertical data. In this vertical data, what I want, which column I need an answer. I need the salesman. In my selected column, in my selected table, serial number is first column, salesman ID is second column, salesman is third column. So I need which answer? Salesman's name I want. So that is in my third column. So I'll give here as 3, give a comma. What I need? True match and false match. So I'm selecting here as false match. False means what? Exact match. Okay. I'll select this. I'll close the bracket. Then press enter. See, it will give me some error. The reason, whenever you are working on a VLOOKUP, whenever you are working on a VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, okay. So if the first line you have something about the serial number, this you should not select. Okay, this you should not select. If you select this, okay, you won't get the answer. This you should not select. If you select it, you won't get the answer because this is not related to data. This is where we are just arranging in an order. Because of that, you won't get an answer. Fine. Then what I will do? There is something I said you about the column index number. Column index number. Column index number means now when you select a table, when you select a table, so this is the table you are selecting. In this table, this is your first column, this is your second column, this is your third column, this is fourth column, this is fifth column, this is sixth column. If I select only this much area, only this area, so that means this is my first column, this is second column, this is third, and this is fourth. In my selected range, this is first, second, third, and fourth. That is in your selected range only, you have to say which column it is. So that you are going to give the number. So you need an output. Okay, you require some output which is in that particular column. From which column you need, that you are going to give. So from which column? So which column? That is in your selected range. When I select a range means it's your table. I'm selecting a table. In this table, what is my range? So this one you're going to decide. So in a VLOOKUP, first one, VLOOKUP. In your VLOOKUP, you get a syntax, right? You get a syntax. So the first one says here as lookup value. Okay, so lookup value, comma, then table array. You have a table array. Then after this, you have a column index number. You have this. After this, you have a match, that is true or false. I'll tell you what when you have to choose true, when you have to choose a false. Okay, so this is how your function will look like. Now, lookup value. Lookup value means what it is. Lookup value means based on what you're searching information. Okay, based on what user is looking for an answer. This is your lookup value. Then table array. Table array means where you have a data. Okay, that is your where you have a source data. From this source data only you are going to extract the information. Okay, which you need it, which is required. Okay, and then column index number. Column index number, which means in which column the required value is available, the required output is available. This you are going to check. And the last one is match. Match. When you are trying to match here, you will get an option as true or false. Under match, you have a false and true. False means, say example, for match I'm giving you an example. So say example, I am looking for a employee, or I'm looking for some student name. Student name with an what ID number, or with a register number. Register number. Say example, I have a register number MC10450, like this I have a ID. So this is ID which is belonging to some particular student. Okay, belongs to particular student. That is only one student I will have, because this is something unique details, unique thing you are giving. Okay, where I have some details unique. This where there won't be a repetition of this number, which means there is no certain things where I have a repetition, or this is something common for one individual person. The same register number will not be given for all the students. So in that case, when I search for some student name who is belonging to the particular register number, that means I have only one register number, which means when I search for this register number, I have to get an output that is equals to the same register number. I won't get the difference. So that means I'll get the same output for a name. Okay, so it is A equals to A only I need, B equals to B only I need. So that is called as exact match. Exact match, which is for false. This is an example for your false match. This is an example for your false match. Then what about the true match? Okay, so for true match, that means, say example, now I'll take the same thing. Okay, example, I have a student list. Okay, I have a students list. From this list, I'm creating what? I'm creating some result. I need an output. So when I have a result, we have something called as passing mark. We have something called as result. A result is based on what? Result is based on some. Result is based on your passing mark. Say example, if your passing mark is 40, if your passing mark is 40, that means when you have something 0 to 40, 0 to 40, that means 39. 0 to 39, we will consider it as a fail, and 40 to 100, we will consider it as pass. So there is no student who will only score 40. Your score can be anything. You might score 30, you might score 40, 35, you might score 40, you might score 100, you will score 50, some 87, 69, any score. It can be any score, right? It can be any score you earn, you take it. So this score is something between a range. When I say this is you have taken a 30. 30 is where between this range 0 to 39. So 30 is between 0 to 39. So I have a value that is between this, which means if the score, take an example, if the score is 45, if the score is 45, that means the result is from the range you are getting. From the range, what is the range? That is between 40 to 100 is the range. 45 falls between this 40 to 100. This 45 is between this 40 and 100. So when it is between some range, then you will take it as true, that is approximate match. When you have some values which is between the range, then you will take it as approximate match, which is true. When I have this exact match equal to the same thing, I have a match, then I'll take it as false. I hope everyone are clear about this. If anybody has a doubt, please let me know. If anybody has a doubt, please let me know. So since you people are not responding, let me just continue the class. Now what I'm going to do, I said you that this you should not consider. So what you want, if you want, somebody want to ask anything?
Ma'am, can you repeat salesman ID and salesman, ma'am?
Salesman ID and salesman.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
mean the problem?
Yes, ma'am.
The problem I'm doing again now. I'm doing the problem again. So I just gave you how it will work. I just told you how it is going to work. Now see, I have a serial number. So I said you in the beginning that we should not consider the serial number. You should not select it. Okay. So when I don't select it, let me highlight this with some color, which I'm not going to use this. Okay, I'm not going to use this, so I'm highlighting this just for your understanding. I'm highlighting here. Now what I'll do is equals to VLOOKUP, equals to VLOOKUP. So what it is, looks for the value in the leftmost column of the table. From the left side only it will search all the information, and then returns the value in the same row from the column you specify. So here I'm specifying in this row 2, I'm specifying here from where, from the column information. So from the specifies, returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. By default, the table must be sorted in an ascending order. So I'll press lookup equals to lookup, VLOOKUP, open a bracket. My lookup value is this one. My lookup value is the salesman ID. I want to know who is the salesman for this ID number. So to know this, what I will do, I'll give a comma. So my lookup value is this ID. So comma, where is the salesman details in the table? So I'm selecting this table. From where I'm selecting? From the salesman ID to salesman I'm selecting. From B column, including the heading you have to select. Okay, I have given a name. So once again, I'll just delete the name. Then I will teach you how to do that. I don't want to make you confused. Now look here, equals to VLOOKUP. My lookup value is 1004, comma. I think I have given you with the name itself, right? Are you all getting the same thing when you select this? Just tell me if you're getting the same name. Equals to VLOOKUP, open a bracket, open a bracket, lookup value, select this, select the salesman ID, give a comma. Now select from the salesman ID to this full table, that is your table array. If you are getting B1 to F11, okay, fine. If you're getting instead of the salesman report, salesman sales report, something like that, please let me know. If you're getting some other things.
Ma'am, we are getting sales
Yes,
report.
ma'am. Salesman's report.
Okay, very good. Now see here, just remove the formula from here. Go to this formulas. You have an option as name manager. Name manager. In the formulas tab, you have an option as name manager. Okay, name manager. So you will get like this list you will be having. Click on this first one and click on delete. How much ever you have the list, everything you delete it, so that you must have this blank. It must be blank like this.
Ma'am, could you please show that name manager thing again? Like
Okay.
which?
So see, this was the thing I have selected and I've given a name. So I'll just give like this sales report. Now see, when I go for this name manager, under the formulas tab, name manager, you have the sales report option. You have it.
Yes, ma'am. Report to sales report, two things are there.
Huh. So select, click on one thing and click on a delete. Click on the first line. You will get it in a blue color, then delete. Click on this delete. Click on the remaining one, the second one, and again click on this delete. Everyone did it? So are you getting this OK option? Click on OK. So you will get like this, blank. Then everyone, after doing this, you can close it. If your field, name manager field is becoming empty, close this. Okay? Done everyone? Now we'll go for the
Yes,
function.
ma'am.
So this, I'll just auto adjust it. Auto fit, column fit. So you can see now, salesman ID, salesman, product, city, sales. Now I'm going for this, equals to V lookup, my lookup value is 1004, comma, my table array from the salesman ID, click and drag this entire table. Select this, click and select all these things. B1 to F11. Done. After doing this, give a comma. Now what I need, salesman ID. I have selected from salesman ID, salesman, product, city and this. So I need to know who is the salesman for the salesman ID. So in my table which I have selected, salesman ID is in first column, salesman is in second column. So I'm giving here as second one, 2. I'm typing as 2 and then I'll give a comma. What I need, true match, false match. So it is false match. It is exact match. Exactly I wanted because ID number is a unique one. So I'll choose this as unique one only. That is false. Then close the bracket, press the enter button. Now you can see who is this and for this 1004. So you can see it 1004 Sharif.
Yes, ma'am.
Now see here, when I see what is the table we have selected, this is one, yes. Now what I'll do, I'll click on this, I'll go on this dot, click and drag till the last one. Click and drag till the last one. Now you will find the difference. Now see, 1004 Sheriff, Esram, Bangalore 65. 65 is the total sales, but here I'm getting as 45. The reason I told you that the table must be arranged in an ascending order, but it is not in ascending order. Sales cannot be arranged again in an ascending order. Name can be arranged, but sales we cannot do it. So what we will do is we are going to do one more method. So you can remove all these answers what you have done. We are following the next method. Instead of arranging this as and this in an ascending order, I'm going to lock the table, fix the table equals to VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, lookup value is this. Now you can press F4. So F4, few people will have a direct option, but most of them, if you are using F4 function key, you have to use function Fn with the F4. Fn and F4. In your keyboard, you will have an option here as Fn. You have to click this and then click on F4. Only then it will support. So you will get like this. You will get like this dollar symbols. After getting this, leave a comma. Then select this table. Table array, this is my table. Select the table and again press F4. You will get a dollar symbols. Give a comma. My column index number, so I need the salesman's report 2. Give a comma. So it is false match. Close the bracket, enter. See, ID number is in first column, salesman is in second column, product is in third column, this is in fourth column, this is in fifth column. I just fixed it using F4. So
Ma'am, for
now
me
when
it's not coming.
you're not getting this,
No, ma'am.
Show it again.
okay, let's do once again. Do along with me, equals to we look up, open a bracket. My lookup value is salesman ID 1004. I'm selecting this cell. After selecting the cell, press F4. Press F4. When you press F4, you will get this dollar symbols. Are you getting this? Say yes, no, say something.
Yes, ma'am. Now I got it.
Give a comma. After giving a comma, now select the table. Select the table where you have a data. After selecting the table, again press F4. Again press F4. Then press comma. Give a comma. My column index number, I need the information of salesman. Salesman is in my selected range. Salesman ID is in first. Salesman is in 2. So I'll give here as 2. Give a comma now. then select as false match. Select as false match. Now close the bracket and press enter. You can select it or you can type as false, close the bracket, press enter. You'll get this answer. Now see, there is one more thing you can notice. When I drag this for the other cell, everywhere I'm getting the same answer. When I didn't fix this 1004, when I didn't fix this, without fixing I'll do it. Just see here once. So when I gave a VLOOKUP, so lookup value 1004, comma, my table array, this is my table where I'm not selecting, I'm not fixing it, I'm not using F4, comma, so column salesman number, so 2, so then false match, close the bracket, so it is false match, close the bracket, press enter. When I drag this, I'll get an output. But see, here it is 45, whereas here it is 65. What is the table I've selected from salesman to sales? For what? When I have given a problem, that is my function in my salesman. Now see, in a product, the table is moving from salesman ID to salesman. And in Bangalore, see here, the city, again it is moving. For sales, again it is moving. So this should not move. The table should not move. For that purpose, we have used this dollar symbol, that is fixing the table. We are locking the cell. Now see here also the same thing. When I go for the third one, city, again the same table. Fourth one, again the same table. Okay, table is fine. Table has been fixed. But why do I get answer everywhere the same thing? What year I've given? Column number 2, right? Now in a product you see, what is the column number? The same 2. So you're getting the same answer. City, column 2. You're getting the same answer. Here again 2. So you're getting the same answer. So what you have to do? Product is in my third column. Remove this 2, edit it, and give it as 3. To edit the cell, press F2. Use the function key and then press F2. Change this 2 to 4 for the city. And for the sales, you can either double click or click on this formula bar or use F2 also. So now I'm changing this to 5. Enter. Are you getting the answer? Are everyone getting this answer?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Ma'am, is there any alternative for F4 because it's not working for me?
Are you pressing only F4 or function with F4?
F4.
Use the function key with F4. Function key with F4. You have a Fn function key.
Okay, ma'am.
Press together, you'll get an output. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay. So this is the output. Okay, this is the output which you're getting. So when I have to fix this, that when I drag the C, when we do a addition, say example 10, 15, 60, some number I'm giving, I want to add with some other value, 4, 36, 47, 85, some number I'm giving. Now I'm going to add this equals to sum. I'll select this, close the bracket, enter. So when I drag this, what did I do? I have applied function here already, but I dragged it. So what is the range it is selected? Next line. What is the range it is selected? The next one. So what is the range you have selected? Next one. So like this. Like this, when it has to move to the next cell, we are not fixing it. We don't fix it. Okay, we don't fix the cell. Okay, so whereas now see, now I'm going to sell the product for 100, 150, 70, 85, some product I'm selling. For all this product, I'm giving 5% discount. 5% discount. Now what I will do, equals to, okay, 100 minus 5%. 5% I'm selecting this. Equals to, this minus 5%. I'll select and enter. Now it shows me some value. So instead of this, I'll click on this comma, so it will shows me an amount. I'll drag this. Now what it is, see, it is considering the previous cell M22, M23, but I want 5% for all these things. So I don't want here 99% on this, 50% on this, 19% on 85. This I don't know. 5% is fixed for all these things. So what I will do, equals to 100 into, or sorry, minus, I'll select this cell where I have a discount. Now we will fix the cell F4, enter. Now this, I'll make it into a value. Let me drag this. Now see, the values are changing. 5% discount is fixed. 5% discount is fixed. M20, here also it is fixed. So all these things I'll change to amount. So when I want this to be fixed for all the other activities which I'm going to do, that is called as absolute reference. When I don't fix it, I just give the number and drag it. Say example, okay. Now, say example, I'm selecting a cell which is having A10. Okay, A15 is the cell number. We are going to say about the cell number. So when I am not selecting anything, when I'm not fixing anything, then it is called as, when it is not fixed. So in that case, so it is A15. When I don't fix it, then it is called as relative reference. The name for this, we call it as relative reference. At the same time, when I fix this with a dollar A dollar 15, then we call it as absolute reference. Absolute reference. In case if I have a dollar for A and for 15 I don't have a dollar, okay, or if I have a and then I have a dollar and 15, okay. So where here alphabet A represents the column, okay, A represents the column, and then 15 represents me the row number. Now, where I have a dollar symbol before A, which means A is what? Column. Column is fixed. Okay, column is locked, but not the row. For 15, I don't have a dollar symbol, so not row is been fixed. At the same time, here I have a dollar symbol before 15. That means Row is fixed, not the column. Okay, so this is relative reference where I can drag. This where I'm fixing only complete area, whereas when I have this dollar symbol A15 or dollar symbol with A15 and A after dollar then 15, then it means column is locked. Column, that particular column is locked, but when you drag it, it will go for the next row. Row can be moving, but here the row is been fixed, 15th row is fixed, but A, B, C is not been fixed. Okay, so that is what it is meaning. So you have a address, cell address. So if there is any question, you can answer like this. So when you have no dollar symbol, you call it as relative reference. When you have a $2 symbol, we call it as absolute reference. When you have $1, then you call it as mixed reference. Then you call it as mixed reference. Okay, absolute reference, relative reference, and then mixed reference. Now we will go back to our data, which is
Ma'am,
weight.
can you explain the table sales 5% what you did?
Sales 5%. Okay, now look here. I have a data. Say I am selling a product. I have a product. So product A, product B, product C, product D, product E. Okay, so now I have an offer. I have an offer, and on all the product I'm giving 10% discount. Okay, so this is my selling price is something like 45, 74, 100, 15, 90 rupees. This is the selling price. So I said on this you have to minus, so what I have to do equals to 45, that is my 45 minus 10% I will do and enter. So this is coming in a percentage. So I'll click on this comma. When I click on this comma, this will make me my accounting format, my numbering format. That is called as accounting format. Now I'll drag this. Now see, this says values. Values is what? 74 SP. SP if you multiply, you won't get an answer. So for that value. So see here, next one it is moving for 45. Next one is moving for 74. Next one is moving for 100. Like this, when it is moving, I should not have that option. Means the cell should not come down when I drag this. So for on everything, this 10% must be fixed. So for that, I have used this option equals to 45, that is K12 minus 10%. 10% is K10. Now after selecting this K10, this cell, I'll press F4. So you will get this dollar symbol, which means when I drag this for the next level, then it won't affect to the other cells. Now I'll make this into comma. Now see, 10%, yes. For this also, the same 10%. Okay, for this also same 10%. For this also you have the same 10%, and here also you have the same 10%. That means 10% where I have the information, that cell I have logged it. I've logged it using F4. So whenever I drag this information to any other cells also, it will be having the same option. Say example, I will drag this for next two, three cells. I have minus 10. So why minus 10%? Because of minus 10%. Okay, because of minus 10%. Now let me add some information here. F and G, I have a product. This is costing 100 and this is costing me 550. Now see, automatically after deduction I'll get. But the deduction has happened only for the 10%. So when you drag this, when you make it a drag, like addition, subtraction, you have found a minimum value, maximum value, all these things. So when you drag it, it will not come for the next level. It will not pick the next level value. It will only pick the one which you have logged, which cell you have fixed. So that is how it will be working. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just delete this. Now we will do this. See, instead, now if I change here 1006, automatically all my details is getting updated. 1001. See, change the number and see 1008. All the values is changing. Like this also you can use. Now same thing, let's do here also. See, me instead of changing this 1009, 10005, something like instead of me changing here, I will do one more thing. What I'll do is I'll go on this cell. Place your cursor on this cell. Go for the data tab. Go for the data tab. Under data tab in a data tools group, you have something called as data validation. Data validation. This symbol you will be having. Data validation. Select this. Click on this. Here you have allow any value. Click on this drop down option. Select list. Drop down option. Select list. Okay. Now source. Source is what? I don't want to select the ID number. I don't want to type it. I want a list to appear over there. So I'll select from this 001, 10012 to 1010 till here. From 10012 to 1010 I am selecting. After selecting this range, you can see that fixed cells. Then click on OK. You will get this option, drop down. So you can click on the any ID number. That information will be given to you. Okay, now we will do on this also salesman ID. Let me give some ID number 1008. I will give. So salesman equals to this one, delete it. Salesman equals to the lookup. The lookup, open a bracket. My lookup value is this ID. ID. Fix the cell. Give a comma. My table array. This is my table array. I'll select my table. Fix this also. Give a comma. Give a comma. After giving a comma, look up value, that is my column index number. My column index number salesman is in second one. Give it as 2. Give a comma. False match. Close the bracket. See, instead of false, you can use 0. Instead of true, you can use it as 1. Instead of false, you can use 0. Instead of true, you can use it as 1. Press enter. See, you have to ask me a question here. I said you that we are working on a vertical format. Vertical format. Okay, my data is in vertical. See here I have done something in horizontal. Now here I am doing in a vertical. So here I should use what? H lookup, right? Here I have to use V lookup, right? Why did I use V lookup here also? If I'm using V lookup here, Why should I am using VLOOKUP here also? I should use HLOOKUP, right? Why I am using VLOOKUP here also? And why I am getting the answer? Can anyone say me? Can anyone see me this? Say something. Yes, no, ma'am, please. Ma'am, you tell or I tell something. Do you tell me? Yeah. No response means how will I know whether you know it, you don't know it, anything? Okay, fine. Then I'll understand that you don't know. So I'll give you the answer. Now see here, I have a table array. I have an option here, table array. The table which I selected is in which format? My source data is in which format? Vertical format.
Yeah.
Whether I'm looking for the value in horizontal way or vertical way, my table is in vertical format. The range what I'm selecting is in vertical format. That means you have to use VLOOKUP.
So if
If
sales
you
ID was in the form of horizontal, then you should have done H lookup, ma'am.
no, that is not for the salesman ID. Now when you are selecting a table range, you know this table range, table array. This one you are selecting now, table.
So, ma'am,
This is a table, right?
I actually meant for each of the columns, if they were in the form of rows instead of columns, then we should have seen it in a H lookup.
No, whether you are looking for a value here or here, any method, whether you are looking for a of searching the answer in horizontal way or in vertical way, you can do anywhere however you want. But see the table what you select. The table what you select is in which format? The table what I've selected here, from salesman ID to 65, all the sales which I've selected. The red color portion, can you see here the red color portions which I've selected is the table. This table is arranged in a vertical method, vertical format. Then you will use VLOOKUP. In case, let me copy the same data, this one. I'll copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Before pasting, I'll go for this home and I have an option here as transpose. If your data is arranged like this in a row it has been arranged. So in that case, the table is arranged in an horizontal way. You will use HLOOKUP. This is what I've explained in last class also. You have to look for the table range what you are selecting. The table range whatever you are selecting, whether it is arranged in a vertical format or horizontal format, based on that we will decide whether it is a VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. If it is arranged in this method where you have a heading like this, but the information is given in a horizontal way, then it is HLOOKUP. When you have a information in a vertical way, so information is given in a vertical way, then you will be using VLOOKUP. Clear now?
Yes.
So now you can drag this for the next one and change this. See, instead of going and changing here, what I will do is I'll give you a better option instead of this. This is my first column, this is my second column, this is my third column, this is fourth column, and this is fifth column. What I'll do now, I'll do an alternative. Equals to VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, lookup value is 1008. I'm fixing this F4, give a comma, then my table array is, this is the table. I'll fix this F4, give a comma, column index number. Instead of me typing as 2, I've already typed here. I'll select the cell. But this one I will not fix. So you remember now, when we drag, it has to go for the third one, fourth one, fifth one. So if I fix this, for everything it will be 2 only. So I'm not fixing this. Give a comma. For false match 0, I'm giving, close the bracket, enter. Now see, when I drag this, everything I'm getting answer. But see, 1008 is fixed, table is fixed, but it is going for third one because this is locked, this is locked, lookup value 1008 is locked, table is locked, whereas this column index number which I've mentioned, I didn't fix it. So it will drag to the next level when you go for anything. Done, everyone?
Mom, how did you change the table to horizontal?
Table to horizontal. See, I'm copying this ID. Okay, you have to click on this, select this, copy, go to the place where you want to paste it, click on the place. Now, under this paste, you have an option as transpose. Click on this transpose and find the answer.
Yes, Mom.
Okay. Now see, we have done VLOOKUP. Now we will do HLOOKUP. Equals to VLOOKUP, sorry, HLOOKUP. My lookup value, oh, sorry, again. Salesman ID, we will give it as something like, okay, 1002. Now salesman equals to h lookup, open a bracket. My lookup value is 1002. I'm going to fix this, give a comma. My table array, I'm going to select this range which I have given in a transpose, and I'm giving this also fixed F4, give a comma, row index number. Previously it was column index number, now it is row index number. In this selected table, salesman ID is first row, salesman is in second row. So I'm giving here also 2, give a comma. So it is false match. Close the bracket, press enter. You'll get an answer. Now you can change this. You can change this. You can just drag, change the column index number to 3, 4, and then 5. I'm just changing the column index number. Are you all getting those answers? Everyone able to do this? Now try to do this. You have done here vertically. Now try to do horizontally using the same data. HLOOKUP. I just copy pasted this heading below this. So VLOOKUP is over. Now we are doing HLOOKUP. So remaining things I'll teach in a VLOOKUP. You will try later with the HLOOKUP also. Try this and give me an answer. Say example you are taking here as 1005. Okay, and give me the output here. Check it out whether you are able to solve this.
Yes, ma'am. Was able to do.
Very good. Okay, let me teach you another method now. Now see, you have this table, right? I have to select this table and then fix. So instead of fixing this table, alternatively, we will do one more thing. Just select this from salesman ID to salesman. Salesman ID, that is salesman ID to the sales. Till here you select it. Okay, after selecting this, go for formula tab. You have an option as define a name. Define name. After selecting this under formula tab, you have an option as define name. Click on this. So I want to give a name here as sales space report. Sales space report. But when I give this and click on a OK, it will give me an essay, like error message. So the thing is, when you're giving a defining a name for a table, you should not use a space. Instead, you have to use underscore. I'm using sales underscore report. Okay, now see here in a reference to introduction VLOOKUP. So the name of my file is introduction VLOOKUP. So from where? From B1 to F11. From B1 to F11. F11 the range has been selected. For this, you're giving the name sales report. Click on OK. Now you can see the name in your name box also. I'll delete this VLOOKUP one. Now see here, let me do once again. So I'll give here column number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, okay, this one I'll just make it some dark color so that you should not get confused. Equals to VLOOKUP, open a bracket, lookup value, this is my cell. I'll select this cell and fix it F4, comma. Now, instead of selecting this table, I have given some name for this table as sales report. Can you see the name here? You just click on this, or you can press when your name is getting here, you just need to press tab, sales report. Press a tab, see, automatically your report has been selected. And if you have noticed, when we were creating a table, the table name was also showing in the dollar symbol. So sales report, give a comma, ID is the salesman ID, 2 I will select, salesman name, give a comma, false match, close the bracket, press enter. Now if you drag, you'll get an answer for all the things. So instead of me fixing this, see when I have a small data, I can select it. Assume that I have a lot of data which is going more than 1000, 10,000 like that. Okay, when I'm having to more than 1000 or 10,000, what can I do? I cannot keep dragging this till the last one, right? So instead of dragging that, I can use one more option where I can give a name for my table. So if I select the name itself, automatically my table range will get selected by fixing it. That means by referring, absolute reference. Clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in between your thought about data validation, could you please tell that?
Data validation. Okay, so see here I have a data. I have a ID number given. My ID number is available here. This one I would like to give a drop down list here. So place your cell here. Place your cell to salesman ID. Go for data. Go for data tab. Now you have an option as data validation here. You will have a symbol like this, data validation. Go for this. Click on this data validation. Allow any value. So you have to select here as list. Select here as list. Click on the source. So where is my source? I'm just dragging this table below this down to this because I have to show you where I'm selecting. Source is my ID number. From first number to last number I'm selecting. From C17 to L17. Can you see here? Fixed absolute reference you're getting. Click on OK. After this, click on OK. You will get a drop down option. You can change to any ID. Automatically, your data will change based on the ID number.
Yes, ma'am. Got it. Thank you.
So, any doubts anybody has for today's class? No one responds, which means no doubt.
Ma'am, can you repeat that once again?
Data validation.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you mean okay? Select the ID number where you have to give the data validation. Okay, data validation. Select this. Now, after clicking on this, under the data tab, you have an option data validation. See, the symbol will be there. Few will have a word as data validation. Few will have only the symbol. So you have to select the symbol which you have data validation. Look like this. The symbol will be there. Click on this. When you click on this, it will show you like this data validation screen. Instead of any value, I'll select it as list. In allow, instead of you have to select it as list. List. Okay. Now, where is my source? Source means where I have this list. What is the list I need? I need the list of ID numbers. Where is this ID numbers? Here. So select this, everything. Then click on OK. You have to click from here and select till the last one. From here to the last one, then click on OK. When you click on OK, you will get this option, drop down list. So you can select whichever the ID number you want. You'll get an output.
Okay,
Fine
ma'am.
with
Thank you.
everyone? Okay. So practice this VLOOKUP everyone clearly because from the next class, this VLOOKUP it is going to be bit more fast. I have to complete all these things in the next class itself. So make sure you practice well and come with this VLOOKUP. Clear? Clear everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. That's all for today. Take care everyone. Bye. Enjoy. Good night.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Bye ma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.